Hello and welcome to your daily astrology and tarot horoscope for Friday, August 22nd, 2014. Today is Friday, so the planet of the day is Venus, and Venus is in that fun, happy-go-lucky Leo, which is a fixed fire sign, so it's fixed and ready for the party. To align with Venus energy is one of the best ways is just through gratitude. It is the law of attraction, so it's not a lot of. It's an internal process. It's like what Maya Angelou says. It's not what a person says that you remember. It's how they made you feel. That's very much how Venus is. You just need to feel the part of attractive and beauty and more luck and good things will come to you from that. The card of the day, and I should have pulled this out before, is from the Osho deck, is Existence. This is the one card of the major arcana of the Osho deck. And it looks like this. Looks like a woman naked and some type of leaf, just being one with nature, the beautiful scenery of the sky. And so, to me, this is just the idea of being. We're not human doings, we're human beings. And this is a day of just being and just being in awe of all that's going on. It's kind of been a crazy week. We just came from yesterday, which was Thursday, and there we had the 10 of Fire for the card of the day, and that was suppression. And it's really interesting doing tarot readings because it's good to reflect on what that meant for you. For me, I definitely felt like I wasn't suppressed necessarily, but some of things in my life were suppressed. A lot of the people, for example, I heard of stories of people not being able to make their flights. I heard stories of people getting their phones stolen. I've heard, and the way that was playing out today. For example, yesterday I lost my badge riding my bike. My work badge, I have a badge reel, and I carry it on my belt buckle, and it fell off while I was riding my bike. These kind of things that try to thwart you and suppress your energy and suppress your going to attitude. It's like, just remember that those days are not the best days to push ahead just kind of violently, and it will. You kind of just go back and use your energy in the most appropriate way. And so that's definitely what that suppression energy is. Now, today, Friday, is just letting everything be and settling down, which is nice because there is a lot of fire-water energy going on in the chart. So when you have the Existence card, it's kind of like everything's going to be okay. Everything's kind of chill. Just go with the flow. It's more of a receptive, passive card, and that's the other theme that I see going on for this week. Today is definitely more of just a passive day. Don't be trying to, rock the boat if you can at all. But if you can avoid it at all. The other thing I like to do a Thoth card. Whenever I get a new deck, card of the day is such a great way to get to know your deck. It's the best way that I've found. I mean, you just get so comfortable with the cards now. It's like I can use that Osho deck on a spot and do readings for people, but just because I don't know the card. I know the cards like they're my friends. They're just old archetypes. They're all my old buddies. I'm getting with them. We're having a story. We're having fun. We're talking, and we're helping people out through the cards. That's what happens. You build this rapport with the deck. Ooh, and the card of today is the Queen of Swords in the Thoth deck for This is Friday. So this is that Venetian element. Swords represents air, and as you can see, she's on some throne of air, and something strange. Like she's holding. I don't know if she's severed the head of the man or if she's pulled a mask off from herself and is just releasing and free to be herself. But once again, this is echoing the themes that I saw in the one major arcana card from the Osho deck of that feminine aspect, being passive, being the woman, and embracing that Venetian side. This is a very feminine day, very, law of attraction, not forcing things, letting things come to you, letting them be, letting things work out for themselves, and they probably should if you can align with that energy. there's two cards reinforcing this, and let's talk about the transits of the day and see what's going on with that. Now, today, the moon is going to be moving into, the moon will be moving into Leo from Cancer. And so there's a void of course moon from 12:34 Pacific Daylight Time to 1:49 Pacific Daylight Time. And the void of course moon is when the moon is no longer making any major aspects as it's leaving from one sign and moving into the next. So between, what is that, a little over an hour from 12:34 to 1:49 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, this Friday, August 22nd, 2014, that between that time is the void of course moon, and that is a time that they say do not take on any major new projects or do any new stuff because it's not going to bring fruition. I don't know. Some of this stuff seems very superstitious to me. I mean, if you can all avoid starting a brand new project, like if you're doing something major, like creating a business or doing something like that, you might be able to push it back until after that time. But, you know, the beat of the drum has to keep going, especially in the work world. I can't choose not to do a project if it's given to me at 12:35, and I can't tell my boss the void of course moon is coming. But it is something to maybe note and observe. What is the dynamic of that project once you start it during the void of course moon? You should see for yourself how the void of course moon works for you. The old timers say it's a very bad time to start a new project, so just keep that in mind. Other than that, with the transits and everything going on, I feel like today the Thoth card is right. It's an airy day, and why I say that is because I feel like it's a Mercury aspected day. Today, Mercury is going to, sometime today, it's at 12 degrees Virgo at 8 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. And it'll be opposing Chiron in Pisces, which is at 16 degrees Pisces. And while it's doing that, it's going to be making a sextile to both Mars and Saturn. So it's getting a lot of stimulated energy. There's a lot of energy around that 15, 16 degree areas of the chart. And that's been going on for the last week or so. And then once again, whoa, there's Uranus is at 16 degrees, so it's making a I should have looked at this aspect before. 30, 60, 90, 1. It looks like an inconjunct to Uranus. So Virgo is making an inconjunct to Mercury is making an inconjunct to Uranus. It's doing a sextile to your Mars and Saturn today, and it's going to be opposing. It's going to be in opposition to Chiron. So that's a lot of stuff going on with Mercury, and I can't tell you how that's going to play out in terms of your individual life. If I was to see somebody born with a chart like this, communication is going to be huge. The sextile to Mars and Saturn, to me, a sextile is a favorable aspect. So they're going to have talent at having ideas and communications and actually having a force and an ability to deliver those ideas. And there's also going to be something where they can communicate those ideas for the wounded and for what needs to be healed. So they're going to be a good mouthpiece for healing. So I'm just kind of making the daily horoscope like a personal natal chart. But if someone was born like this, I would definitely think that through their communication, they have a chance to be healing people. And of course, you can do whatever you want with your communication, but they're definitely going to be talented and forceful with it. They're going to be a way to assert their communication and get it out to the public, because you've got a Mercury sextiling both Mars and Saturn. And Mercury, in particular in Virgo, a sign that it rules, it's different because when Mercury is in Gemini, that's an air sign, so that's more about verbal communication. When Mercury goes into Virgo, that's more about written, tangible communication, because Virgo is an earth sign. So that's something else to keep in mind. This person could definitely benefit from writing and getting their thoughts into writing. So That's true for the general energy of the day. You'll have to know how this plugs into your chart directly to understand this better, but those are the major things going on. Yeah, the moon is heading its way, right? It's leaving Cancer and going into Leo and creating more of this this fire water energy that's been going on for the last few weeks. So I hope this was helpful. I'll be making my Saturday, Sunday video as well. If you have any comments or feedback for me, I'd love to hear from you. My website's www.nicholasdewart.com. Thank you.